I hope this music sounds familiar because this is part 2 of race 7 of the second season of the NASCAR Legend Series. That's right, this is part 2. If you missed part 1, I'd recommend going back and watching that first, as it decides the lineup for stage number 3 of race 7. Now everybody, welcome back from part 1, as we are ready for a very exciting finish to this race. We've had 2 great stages of demolition derbying. As you see, all the cars eliminated are back there, as we have our top 10 cars ready to go for stage number 3. It's going to be a 15-lap stage, a little bit longer than stage 1 and 2. So that's something to look forward to. And another thing to look forward to is this is the third stage of the second to last race of the regular season, so every spot here matters. And a win would be huge for any driver who does not already have one. Now, as the cars roll off for stage number 3, we'll get to the stage 3 starting lineup. For row 1 is going to be Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin. Row 2 is Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Jeff Gordon. Row 3 is going to be Jimmy Johnson and Rusty Wallace. Row 4 is Matt Kenseth and Joey Logano. And rounding out the field in row 5 is Tony Stewart and Kevin Harvick. Now, as we get to the stage 3 race facts, we have 10 cars competing in this stage, one more than in the previous stages. It's going to be a 15-lap stage, which is 5 laps more than previous stages. And the race crowns the winner. This race crowns the winner of the Demolition Derby. 3-part race. As the green flag is in the air, Denny Hamlin leads them under the green. Jeff Gordon moves up into second, as those two both raced in stage 1. Kyle Busch is a stage 2 racer, as he's back in third. As Hamlin certainly gapping the field now, and he's just going to be in front of Tony Stewart, who's pretty slow, as they weren't allowed to change tires. Oh no! Huge wreck! Up and over! Tony Stewart up and over! Massive collision! I was saying they weren't allowed to change tires, so Tony Stewart, from the previous stages, so Tony Stewart spinning last stage would have hurt his performance this time. Absolutely huge contact between Denny Hamlin and Tony Stewart. Massive incident. I really hope they're both okay. But both of those cars have been cleaned up, and we are back under green now. I can't stop thinking about that wreck. That was incredibly hard. And we've already got another wreck on the track. The 2 Pennzoil cars of Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick. Wow, that's a hard angle into the wall, too. We've had some hard wrecks already in this stage. Now, we are going to resume with about 5 laps to go, 10 of 15. So the green flag is back out in the air. Jeff Gordon is in the lead. Kyle Busch on the outside. Rusty Wallace gets put up in a 3-wide battle towards the back. That moves Jimmy Johnson up in the 4th. Jeff Gordon still leading this thing. Kyle Busch right behind him. No one seems to be really being able to close in. No, there's Kyle Busch. He's going to force the inside, and he'll get the lead from Jeff Gordon. These are the top 2 cars all season, battling it out once again. Now we go on board with Jeff Gordon as he's behind Kyle Busch here, trying to get to his back bumper in 3 and 4. Can he do it? He looks like he has the run. Yes, he does. He bumps Kyle Busch right out of the way. Now Kyle Busch is going to try to do the same thing in 3 and 4, and he'll do it. Dale Jr. almost got through there. Now we've only got 2 laps to go. Can these 2 hold on to the lead? And what about Dale Jr. sitting at third if anything happens? And something does happen. Jeff Gordon locks up the brakes going into turn 3. That means Dale Jr. and Jimmy Johnson will get by. Jimmy has a run on the outside. He'll be able to not get passed by Jr., and that'll allow him to lead in 3 and 4. He comes off of 4 and wins the Demolition Derby. What an exciting last few laps here. Jeff Gordon locks up the brakes. Dale Jr. cleared the inside. Jimmy Johnson is able to get a run on Dale Jr. Slide around the outside a little bit, knock some of Jr.'s speed off, getting in front of him right there. Gets bumped back out, but in the end, will carry enough speed off of that corner to end up securing the win. And that will punch his ticket to the playoffs. Does not have to worry about next week. Jimmy Johnson is your winner today. Now we look at the points, as these are going to be very crucial for next week about who gets in and who does not get into the playoffs. Only 5 cars have gotten a berth to the playoffs through wins. So next week, a new winner would close off one of those spots. Only 2 would get out on points. An old winner, 3 would get out on points. Next week will be Pepsi Cola Speedway. closer to, it's almost a mix between Richmond and Darlington. No outside grooves like in the Darlington, but it is somewhat egg-shaped. Drives very similar to a Richmond style track though. As we will see you next week. Thank you so much for being part of this 2-race adventure that we've had here. Jimmy Johnson won overall. Again, between part 1 and part 2, that was very exciting. Oh, and another thing to mention about next week, it should be a night race. First NASCAR Legend Series race run under the lights. That means it'll be a Saturday night race if everything goes well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a good night.